Namaste, you are listening to another progressive chapter of Manav Parichay. In the previous episode, Nasir began telling his life story to his wife Sabah, leaving her captivated by his thoughts. Today, Nasir unveils his dark past and his grand resolution for the future. Nasir confesses how Firdausa's marriage forced him toward revenge, and how he had hatched a sinister plan after his release from jail to marry a non-Muslim girl using the false name, Yogesh. He even admitted to a failed attempt to harm Firdausa's unborn child. Judge Harishchand is justice, but the infidel judge, who ignored Nasir's crime to grant him bail, and the essence of him being a gentleman, awakened Nasir's conscience forever. Renouncing conversion, Nasir abandoned the idea of retaliation. Why? Because he felt that his own community needed a progressive Nasir the most, to help them emerge from a 300-year-old lifestyle. Atonement in political resolve, Nasir's resolution is no longer just personal. He declares the goal of politics. He will enter politics to represent those nationalistic people who suffer from society's distrust due to fanaticism. Atonement towards Sabah. He will treat Sabah with the utmost respect, keeping her free from burqas and restrictions, and this will be his penance for the atrocities he committed against Firdaus. The final philosophical question. Sabah's studies have begun. One day, while stuck in a traffic jam caused by naked ascetics, Sabah asked, "You rebel against your community, but other religions also have such primitive thoughts and superstitions. What are your views on this?" Nasir's response is proof of his national perspective. We should focus our time and wisdom on finding solutions to our own communal problems. Paying attention to others' problems is now futile. End of the journey. 3 months later, wisdom triumphed. The old neighbors, who had treated Nasir coldly due to the fatwa, were drowned in regret and pleaded with Nasir to stay, but Nasir, Sabah, and Ammi step into a new society filled with progressive ideas. Listen to the purification of Nasir's heart, the pinnacle of atonement, and the vow of a new, uplifted life, in Manav Parichay. You will hear Episode 19, The Expansion of Atonement in Political Resolve. Silence settled as Nasir prepared to delve deeper into his confession.
Nasir continued, "The fact that Firdaus was married to a man whom I used to call an infidel made me extremely agitated. I was in jail then. At that time, I began to think that after being released, I would take revenge by marrying a girl from another community by calling myself Yogesh. In this way, I would increase the population of my community by 1. Later, the fact that Firdaus became pregnant by Harishchand ji burnt me even more. With the idea of cooling that fire, I made a failed attempt to kill Firdaus's unborn child. For this crime of mine, Firdaus's own judge husband gave me a very minor sentence. Any other man from our community would have considered this as Harishchand being afraid of our communal unrest and tendencies, but I took his justice in the right perspective. This incident inspired me to engage in self-reflection. Ignoring my bad past, it was he who made it possible for me to be released on bail and parole upon my father's demise. Then my conscience asked me, could this Harishchandra be the true gentleman? Can I not become a gentleman like him? These questions within me started the change. I brought about a transformation in myself. I also abandoned the idea of marrying a non-Muslim girl. One reason for abandoning this idea was that in the country, due to new laws, if one marries outside the community, the boy now essentially has to accept the religion of his future wife. As my thinking and views became positive, I realized that my own community needs a person of good and progressive thoughts like me more. In such a situation, changing my religion would deprive me of the opportunity to serve my community. The fatwa of boycott by the community, although it could easily lead someone to the decision of changing religion, I was no longer that ordinary person who would be scared by the obstacles in the path.
Sabah's intermittent hum grew faint, making it clear that sleep would soon take over her. Since Sabah herself wished for Nasir to put her to sleep today by telling his story, Nasir continued speaking despite sensing this.
My plan is to go into politics later and represent those people of my community who, despite being nationalistic themselves, are distressed by the communal fanaticism of others and the distrust they feel from non-Muslims. As a version of myself, I want to provide them with good leadership. I want to end this distrust in society toward my community. I want our people in this 21st century to pull themselves out of living in the lifestyle and thought process of 300 years ago. By doing so and living their lives with joy, they should no longer remain as a doubt upon the happiness and prosperity of other citizens of this country. The result of my changed thinking style is that now, Sabah, you are my wife. It is the duty of us husbands toward a wife brought from another family that we fulfill her persistence and whims just as they were fulfilled in her maternal home while living as a daughter and sister. I did not fulfill this duty with Firdaus. In my male ego, I put Firdaus's life in danger. Given the talent Firdaus possesses, I should have been proud to be her husband. Instead, I lost the reason for that pride through my cowardly and foolish actions. Life has charged a very high price in exchange for giving this lesson. Firdaus, who with my encouragement could have been an important heritage not just for me but for the community, was forced to marry into another community. After this lesson, my every effort now is to build your self-respect and prestige. Every other community adopted progressivism before us. Those communities provided opportunities to their women, through which their women succeeded in establishing their identity equal to men. Meanwhile, in our community, women are still forced to live in burqas and restrictions. I wish to see you reach unprecedented heights in life while keeping you free from these restrictions. I want to hold you in the highest regard throughout my life. In atonement for my atrocities against Firdaus, I will give you the importance that I should have given to Firdaus.
After saying this, Nasir checked to see if Sabah had fallen asleep by running his hand over her face. There was no reaction from her. This made it clear that Sabah had fallen asleep before hearing the last few things Nasir said. Nasir has much more to tell. He decided that instead of telling it through words, it would be more appropriate to show it through actions. Thinking this, Nasir got up slowly from beside Sabah, went to the washroom, then came back and went to sleep himself. From the next day, all family members became busy with getting Sabah admitted into NIT, purchasing a flat in the new society, and getting the interior work done. One day, while returning from the interior shop, Sabah is in the car with Nasir. There is a traffic jam on the way. Upon Nasir's inquiry, it was found that the reason for the jam was a group of naked ascetics and their followers passing by. This crowd created the traffic jam. Nasir somehow turned his car and they were able to head home via a longer route. On the way, Sabah asked, "My dear, you rebel against the narrow-mindedness and superstitions of your community. But look, these other religious followers also have similar archaic thoughts and superstitions. What are your views on this?"
Then Nasir said, "Sabah, I no longer like using the word kafir for other communities. As far as their superstitions are concerned, I believe that is their problem. We should leave the task of finding solutions to their problems to them. We should focus our time and wisdom on finding solutions to our own communal problems."
Although Nasir spoke in a normal tone, Sabah sensed the firmness of Nasir's opposition to the superstitions of his own community. She understood what kind of talk she should avoid in her future life. 3 months passed. Nasir began shifting materials to the new society that were mementos of his father and previous generations. When this shifting was noticed in the neighborhood, the Nasir family's departure was felt by the people there. They began to regret their coldness and neglect toward this family due to the fatwa. Then some prominent people among them even requested Nasir not to leave the neighborhood, but it was too late. Nasir asked for their forgiveness, and the people of the neighborhood also asked for Nasir's forgiveness. In this way, the Nasir family shifted to the new society. Now listen to the review, critique, and guidance written by Gemini on this episode of Manav Parichay. Subtitle: The Expansion of Atonement and Political Resolve. This episode provides a moral conclusion and a social mission to Nasir's self-improvement journey. Nasir's self-confession toward Firdaus and his vow to empower Sabah established the moral height of his character. This episode links Nasir's progressive thoughts to his political ambition. 1. Atonement and respect for Firdaus. Confession of the past. Nasir, for the first time, accepts his atrocities toward Firdaus in detail and with full honesty. Initially, the idea of taking revenge for her marriage to an infidel, and even the attempt to harm the unborn child. Influence of Harishchandra. Nasir takes the minor punishment given by Judge Harishchandra as true justice. Harishchandra, being a gentleman, forces Nasir to ask this question: "Can I not become a gentleman like him?" Expansion of atonement. Nasir clarifies that the respect and encouragement he should have given to Firdaus, he will now give to Sabah. The vow to hold Sabah in the highest regard is a moral atonement for the atrocities committed against Firdaus. 2. Political vision and social reform. Renouncing the idea of changing religion, Nasir abandons the idea of marrying a non-Muslim girl because he feels that his progressive thinking and leadership are needed more by his own community. Political objective. Nasir's goal in going into politics is very clear: to represent the nationalistic people of his community who face distrust due to fanaticism. His mission is to connect his community with the thoughts of the 21st century. Neutral perspective. Toward other religions, Nasir firmly states that instead of getting entangled in the problems of other communities, he should focus on solving the problems of his own community. This reflects his secular and practical approach. 3. Departure toward a new life. Regret of the old locality. The Nasir family's decision to move to the new society was taken at the right time. When the shifting happens, the neighbors feel regret for the ill treatment and neglect due to the fatwa. Their request for Nasir to stay represents the final defeat of their orthodox perspective. Exchange of forgiveness. The exchange of forgiveness between Nasir and the neighbors gives a harmonious conclusion to this chapter. Nasir moves forward by forgiving instead of taking revenge, which is the final confirmation of his refined character. This episode successfully links Nasir's personal atonement with the larger mission of Sabah's empowerment and socio-political reform. Episode 19 ends.